It is another edition of the On the Mic podcast, and we've covered everything we had to about Bellator's first event, but now we move forward and look ahead just a couple weeks away to the first week, the opening week of the PFL 2024 season. And joining me is a man who will be featured very high on the card and back in action, first time in 2024, back on the podcast for the first time in a long time. Super happy to talk to Linton Vassell. Linton, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good, thank you. All is well. Hope you're well.
You look good. You look happy. You look excited, and
Of
big
course. There's
business for
a
you
lot of
this
things to
year.
be happy about. There's a lot of things to be happy about. I'm in the PFL tournament, mate. I've got a fight coming up. Can't beat
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you
No,
know.
you can't. And obviously, it's been over a year since we'll have seen you in action from last year to this year. Obviously, there's a business aspect to it, but personally, mentally, and physically for
Yeah,
your health, what was this year off like for you?
same as my last other years. I've I've thinking about it from 2019's all been the same. I've not fought once a year for the last 5 years. So it's
Was
just been
that
normal. Just been training and traveling. Went to Thailand, went to England. So so in that time I've been training, obviously traveling as well. But like you said, well, like I'm saying, sorry, over the last 5 years in Bellator, I fought once every year. Pardon me, once a year. So it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing.
Well, obviously, not only like you mentioned, happy to be a
Yeah,
part of the season. That gets
of
you
course,
active.
of
That
course,
gets you
of
active.
course.
That gets a bit more eyes on you. And
Yeah,
and there's
man.
there's two other things I think worth fighting for: a belt and $1 million. So, when this
Exactly.
opportunity was presented to you, was it obviously it was a no-brainer, but
Yeah,
was the format something that excited you because you have so many opportunities to fight this year if things go according to plan for you
of
throughout the
course.
year?
Of course. So when I got the call, pretty much was like, yes, I'll do it. And then they told me who I'm fighting. So I wasn't like, oh yeah, but who am I fighting? I'm like, no, I need to fight. I want to fight. I'm ready to fight. Put me in the tournament. If I'm not fighting Ryan Bader, put me in the tournament. There's nothing else for me to fight in the Bellator rankings. I'm number one. There's no point me fighting, 5 or 6. That does nothing for me. So I'm fighting the champion. If I'm not fighting the champion, then the $1 million champion, $1 million tournament is what I need to be in.
The obvious answer is just you're going to go in and win the whole thing, become a
Of
world champ,
course.
win $1 million.
Yep.
But what do you hope to show the world throughout this, right? Because there may be a night, and I'm not saying that there will be, but there may be a night where you're not on your A game. But if you go on an
Of course. Yeah.
advance, then you continue to just add to your resume. As you noted,
Yep.
as we discussed earlier, when you're out of action or, relatively just one fight a year for the last 5 years, this is an opportunity to showcase to the world multiple times this year
Of
just how
course.
good you are.
Yep. Yep. And that's exactly could happen anytime. Lot of times I've only fought once a year. That I think I wasn't on my A game for 2 of them fights. The Ronnie Marks and Tyrell Fortune. I won them, but I felt I could have done much better. But it is what it is. You just have to show up, innit? You have to show up, and you got to put it down, man. Win or lose, you got to show up.
And
As long as you give it your all, you can't moan at nobody. As long as you know you've gone in there and gave it every single thing you got, you can't moan to nobody.
absolutely. And that makes me excited for you because you've always been, in the couple times that I've had the opportunity to talk to you, have always had just a mature mindset and you're focused on the task at hand. But
Yes.
with all due respect to your previous situation, this is this something you enjoy more because there's no politics, there's no
Yep.
social media, there's no
Yep.
call outs. It's no, no,
Yep.
no. I just win and I
Yep. And then to
continue.
move on. Exactly. None of that. None of that bullshit. Oh, who you want to fight next? Whoever it is next in the tournament. And also it's I know when I'm fighting rather than have a fight and then you're sitting around. You don't know what's going on. Am I fighting? I don't know. I'm going to try and get you a fight. Before you know it, a year's gone by, like I've spoken about before. This time it's no, you're fighting here. Okay, so now I'll rest this time and then get ready for this amount of time. And then you have another break, and then you sort of know when you're fighting again. Right, I start getting ready. You can set your schedule where if you don't know when you're fighting, it's sort of like, oh, should I train? Should I not train? What should I do? And then they're like, oh, do you want to fight it this time? Oh shit, I better get ready then. This is so much better. You know, you have a schedule.
Yeah, and when I saw the heavyweight participants, yourself included, someone else you know very well, Steve Mowry
Yep,
on there,
yep,
I'm so excited to see guys who had frustrating moments, over the past few years trying to get fights and all of that. Now,
yeah,
like you said, be on schedule. We did just say no politics, but you mentioned a guy like Steve Mowry. This is a
of
tournament.
course.
So, and we've seen bad situations in the past, in previous years with these
Yeah,
season tournaments. Have you thought about that? Like maybe I've got to possibly go against somebody who is a training partner, is a friend, or is anything like
good
that.
friend as well. Yeah, good
Yeah.
friend. We both know this. We both know we're in the tournament together. But we'll get to that when it gets there. You know, we may never fight each other. Anything can happen. Like there's so many people in the tournament. Anything could happen. Injury, sickness, whatever. Um, don't get me wrong. I'd rather not fight my friend. But if it's something that has to happen, then obviously we'll talk about it, and obviously we have to fight. But at the end of the day, it's $1 million. He's got to feed his family. I've got to feed myself and my family. So we'll
Well,
get to it when it gets there, I guess.
I'm not picking favorites because I love both of you gentlemen. So I want the best for both of
Yeah,
you
of
in
course.
in one single tournament.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to say in 2024, Linton Vassell is going to remind the world of who he is while also getting on his journey to winning that world
Yeah,
title?
1 million%, bro. I could have said it better. 1 million%. Because I think they forgot about me as I'm not active. So people forgotten about me, and this is gonna be a perfect stage for everyone to be like, damn, how do we not know about Linton? How do we not know it was 5? Wow, I'm banging everybody up.
I can't wait. Honestly, like I look at your situation and just the Roy
Yeah,
Jones Jr. song comes to mind because it's so hard to
yeah,
downplay the significance of where you are and have
yeah.
been coming into
Hmm.
this 5-fight win streak, 4 of them finishes, the last 2 in the first round. I mean, there's to sleep on you would be saying it would be a mistake.
I think
It's
that's
an
happened in the past,
understatement.
though.
It
I
would
think
be
that's
a
happened.
tragedy to overlook somebody like yourself,
Yes,
honestly.
thank you. But I think it has happened, and I still think it's happening now. But like I said, actions speak louder than the words. So I just keep doing what I'm doing, man.
And that's one thing I think that is most exciting. Like you said, you have a schedule, you know what's ahead of you. And while reminding the world, you're just going to go do what you've set out to do throughout your
Yep,
entire career.
yep,
Not just, oh, in the past few years. No, you got into the sport to become a world champion.
yep,
And now, and you know the time frame. It's this fight, this fight, this fight. And then
exactly.
it could be dream achieved.
Yep,
And then all while you're doing it, you don't have to worry about anything except the task at hand
there
and the
we
world
go.
just gets to get reminded of you.
Yep, there we go, man.
I love it. I'm trying to see if I can make it down to San Antonio because I want to have the opportunity to see
Oh
you in
yeah,
person.
yeah,
Yeah. I definitely want to see the big swarm in person. But what would it mean overall? Everything goes according to plan. The easy answer is, well, this is everything I set out to do. But
yeah,
when you've gone through all the frustration over the past few years to have the biggest opportunity right here in front of you. I mean, we're talking in the near end of March. By
yeah.
the end of this year, in 9 months,
I know, I know.
years of your life could come
Yep.
together with a world title and a big ass check. What does that mean to you?
It's sort of like I'd be saying to myself, it was worth it. The sacrifices, the dedication, all the things that I missed and put off. The moving, I moved here all by myself. And it'd be like I knew I believed in myself, man. Because we all believe in ourselves, but do you really believe in yourself? And to prove all them doubters wrong, friends, family, whatever it may be, You know, usually it's the ones that are your friends and your family. But yeah, prove the world wrong. That's exactly how it is. Prove everybody wrong and be like, hey, I know you doubted me, but look at me now. Look at
I feel like
me
someone from the UK has said that
now.
before.
Yeah, I think it was Leon.
Yeah,
I think Leon said,
yeah.
look at me now. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. But
It,
that's true. You can't put it any other way. Look at me now. Because it is. We all got it. You've probably had it in your life at some point. People just doubting you. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Why are you doing this? Because I want to do it. I might not be winning or right now, or things might not be going to plan right now, but it's part of the journey. It's what builds us. I don't think if I never lost, I'd probably be a dickhead. You know, I mean, I'd be so into myself, like I'm this, I'm that, blah blah blah, and been touched. These trials, these tribulations, these hard times have really built me up to one, be humble. Not that I wasn't humble anyway, but it definitely humbles you, and it makes you realize like, shit, I am human. I can lose any time. I can lose against anybody. I better put the work in. You know what I'm saying? And I think I do that. I put that little bit much work in more than these other athletes, and I'm able to break them. And I think that's how I win. Obviously, with my ground and pound and my submission game, and my striking as well. But it's a total package and a mindset. It's not just one thing.
no, it's everything. And you got me ready to run through a wall right now. So I'm gonna ask you not just talk about
But
not just you
that's how I feel, bruv. So you know how I'm going into this fight, bruv.
I know. Why that's
You know what I'm
another
saying? I'm
reason.
fucking ready, bruv. Ready. And I
That is
think,
another
sorry,
reason
I'll keep
why I
talking.
want to be there.
I'm ready because everyone helped on that, bruv. I was like, I'm gonna show you all.
I can't wait.
I'll
And
shut,
that's
I'll shut up now.
no, and I love it. I honestly truly love it because, there's certain, whether it's because I've interviewed people in the past or whatever the case may be,
Yeah,
sometimes just watching and being a part of the sport, if you know a little bit about a fighter as a person, you get
yeah,
excited when you see their name on a card. Not because for me, it's like, oh, I get to interview them. It's like, no, because
I
I
hear you.
can't wait to see what happens inside that cage.
Yeah,
But you said something that not only made me want to run through a wall, but I feel like I have a good rapport with you, so I can ask you because it's not just for your fight, it's not for your career,
of
but maybe
course.
your answer helps me. And maybe it doesn't just help me, but maybe it helps somebody who's watching
Yeah,
this. You said, "Do you believe in yourself?" But then you said, "No, do
yes,
you really believe in yourself?" So Linton
yes.
Vassell, after all these years, after all the trials and tribulations, 2024 has offering up the biggest opportunity of your life and your career. Why and how do you still believe in yourself after all these years?
Going from when I first started to the mindset I have now, I had to go through these losses. I had to have these hard times, losing three in a row. And then, like I said, at the start, I believed in myself. I lost three in a row. I was ready to retire and quit. That's not believing in myself, is it? That's what I'm saying. So, do you really believe in yourself? So, I stayed. I was like, no, I can't leave like this. I can't have my career end on a three fight losing streak. I will never be able to live with myself like that. So, I went back to the gym. I changed a few things. I came in a little bit lighter because I came in at I think my last loss was 240 by no 250. Came in too heavy. I didn't do enough cardio either, and I was on my back gassing. Never going out like that. So then I changed everything up. Now look at me. I've won my last five, and it's not like I've won my last five by decision. You know, one of them was, but I've been winning from ground and pound and stopping them, finishing these guys. So now I believe in myself. I really do. Before I thought I did, went through back them hard times. Now I'm like, I really do believe in myself. I'm showing it for myself. I'm showing it and I'm living it right now.
That you absolutely are. And
Yep.
PFL's got a separate opportunity, if you will, if you look long term, bigger picture. We saw Renan Ferreira and what he did against Ryan
Yes.
Bader. When
Yep.
we were told that he's now the next opponent for Francis Ngannou if Francis does come back. So
Yep.
whether or not that fight happens, I mean, we saw Vadim Nemkov, at
Yep.
heavyweight. There are plenty of opportunities after the season. If all
Many.
goes according to plan, are
Yep.
those big prize fights what would be next for you?
Of course. And again, they're the money fights now. The tournament obviously first. I'm not looking ahead the tournament. I've got Dennis, but they're the kind of fights that I want to fight. Obviously, considering I win the tournament, I'm confident I'm going to win it. But they're the kind of fights that I want. Those money making fights, those super fights, should I say? You know, the names you just named, they're all tough guys. Two of them are champions, and one of them is Francis Ngannou, who's doing his thing in boxing. Win or lose, he's still doing his thing.
Absolutely. Now,
And former UFC champion. So
and it would all be worth, given everything you've done as well,
yeah, of
a
course.
stage deservingly for you. April 4th, you've got Dennis Goldstoff. What should the fans expect from you? You've talked about it. I've said it. You've said it. 5-fight win streak, 4 of them by finish. The last 2 coming in the first round. Are you going to
Yep.
keep that record going there?
Yes. I'm gonna finish him first or second round. That's my prediction. I don't look to finish him in the first. If it's there, it's there. But I see second round, he's gonna quit.
Well, I'm super happy for you. And my last
Yes.
one here for you is we just mentioned it. You gave your own motivational speech, but you talked about a guy like a Leon Edwards, and I know you moved
Yeah.
here and trained over, in Florida, but being from the UK, and I just talked to someone who's from the UK that'll be fighting at Bellator this weekend, and I asked them the same question. But what would that mean? Not just being from the UK, but your heritage, your upbringing, to add your name to a list of world-class fighters, no matter the promotion, to have that world title by the end of this year, what would that mean to you?
Yeah. That, like I said, that would be like I knew I could do it. I believed in myself. It's like a dream come true. We all as kids, I want to be a world champion. I want to be this. I want to be that. But to actually achieve it will really be something. Be able to show my grandmother, my mum, my sister, all my family members, my friends, and show them that I actually did it. It was all worth it.
It's a beautiful message. It's a beautiful journey you've been on, and I'm excited for you. I
Yes,
can't
thank
wait
you.
to see you in there. April 4th, PFL Week 1, the regular season. This has been a great conversation. Happy to finally talk to you again. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Maybe I'll see you in San Antonio if I can make it work. I will definitely be there. But whether or not I'm there or at home, I can't wait to see you back in there. Linton Vassell, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks for having me, bruv.